Peace be upon you. Now, today I want to be talking about a very important topic, and a very, very important topic actually. Uh, let me uh, let me go to a verse right here. As always, shout out to Baba Shribe. Uh, let's look at some verses right here. So it's this Surah Baqarah right here. That is the book where there is no doubt as guidance for the pious who believe in the unseen, establish the prayer, and from what we have provided them, they distribute. So it's just talking about zakat. Now, now zakat is the two most important things, or one of the two most important things of being a believer. One is establishing prayer, and the second one is paying zakat. Fasting and Hajj is not described as being essential things to do for a believer. It's not mentioned in the Quran. God mentions that true believers are the ones who establish prayer, establish zakat. So I'm not gonna be here to tell you whether fasting or Hajj is required or not. I'm I'm still unaware, but from what I've read of the Quran, it doesn't necessarily seem like it's a requirement. But feel free what you want to believe about those. But those are not as significant as prayer and zakat. That one is clear. They're not as significant because God keeps mentioning the fact that true believers are the ones who establish prayer and the ones that pay zakat. So the five pillars doesn't really make sense because you're equivalent fasting and Hajj as important as prayer and zakat, which is not. anyways, anyways, I want to talk to you about how to pay zakat according to the Quran, not according to external sources that have nothing to do with God. God never approved those sources or anything. It's just something some random people said, and then people just take it as facts and they attribute it to the messenger. And logically speaking, why would this, like, if it was 2.5 zakat every year, why would this not be in the Quran? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, now you go to Surah 2, verse 219. Surah 2, verse 219, right? They ask you about wine and gambling. Say, there is great sin in them both, as well as benefits for mankind, but their sin is greater than their benefit. And they ask you what they should distribute. Say, free, meaning whatever you can spare. God thus clarifies the verses to you, perhaps you will ponder. See, so this is important, by the way. God clarifies the verses. He's the one who clarifies the verses, not the prophet. The prophet doesn't clarify the verses. He's just like you and me. He received the book, and he doesn't have some special knowledge that only he has. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would only he have that knowledge? And even if he had that knowledge, where's his tafsir? Why do we have to go to tafsir of Ibn Kathir or Ibn Abbas? It's very confusing to me. They say that three people are the best interpreters of the Quran. Like, I think it's like Ibn Abbas, Ibn Masud, and someone else, I think. They say those three people are the best. Apparently they're better than the prophet because the prophet doesn't have his own tafsir. They're the ones that explain verses. Like, they're the ones that explain lahwa hadith means music is haram. It's them. The prophet didn't even say that. It's according to them. So I don't know what type of special knowledge they have. I don't know how their knowledge is so good they can somehow translate hadith to music. I don't know how. I don't know how you're so good at interpreting something that you reinterpret what a word says, even though the word literally is hadith. Anyways, I went to another rant there. Anyways, yeah, God is the one that clarifies the verses, not the prophet, not anyone. If the prophet was the one clarifying the verses, we have his tafsir. We don't, or at least the tafsir of Umar or Ali or Uthman or even like Khadijah. Or, well, I think according to them, Khadijah died before the prophet completed the revelation or whatever. Like then Aisha or something else. But we don't. We have a tafsir of like Ibn Kathir, some random scholar that came hundreds of years later. I don't know. I don't know how the logic works. But anyways, and they ask you what they should distribute. Say free. God does, yeah. Where you went to that verse, I went on a little rant there. Anyways, this one's important. Oh my god, what was this surah? Oh my god, I thought I wrote down the surah. Uh, Okay, yes, 2567. 2567. Right here. 2567. Okay. And whom, when they distribute, are neither extravagant nor stingy, but they are in between appropriateness. Yeah, so when you pay zakat, it's supposed to be for every harvest, by the way. It's supposed to be every time you receive an income. Uh, I should find the verse. Hold up. I should have put this. I need to do better research, man. I can find the verse really quick. Anyways, every time. Anyways, zakat is whether you're not too stingy or you spend too much. That's what zakat is. It's not like God doesn't ask you for your assets. If he asks you for your assets, you become stingy. It doesn't make sense. Hold up, I can find the verse. Okay. They ask you about the spirit regarding do not ask about matters, the knowledge, maturation. Okay, well, anyways, you're supposed to give it on the day of harvest. That's what zakat is. You guys can find the verses and eat. And oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, I found it. 6:141. So you don't say I'm lying. I didn't have that verse pulled up. I just remembered. And honestly, I'm kind of lazy. I should be editing more. Like to be honest with him, it's kind of bad. Okay, and he is the one who established gardens, trends, and unrees, and I don't know what the these are trends, whatever, which have different kinds of fruits, and olives and pomegranates, similar and dissimilar. Eat from its fruits, and give its due on the day of his harvest. So you're supposed to give on the day of his harvest. Now, some the mushriks say, "Oh, this is only for harvest. This is only for a specific thing. It's not, every time." But why would it not be every time? Why would it not be whenever you make profit, whenever you gain something, then you have to distribute it? So it's just basically when you receive a paycheck, right? Every like 2 weeks you receive a paycheck. Give some of it away. Maybe 10%, 15%. Maybe if that's too much, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I know a lot of people do that. Just give as you're capable of, right? Just take your money, right? Take the money you need to pay your expenses, and the money you have remaining, take a little bit of it. Not too little, right? Not like too little of your money, but not too much of your money. Too much percentage of your money, but give a moderate amount. To help the poor, to help the needy. If you want, you can do Baba Shaibi. This is a you can donate to him. He helps the homeless. The money he uses for the not the homeless. What I'm talking about, the elderly. Although some of them I think are homeless. Yeah, he helps the elderly. So you can give it to the or you can just do some, or maybe if you, well, the requirements are in the Quran. Wait, let me see if I can find requirements. I really should have researched a little bit more. Uh, yeah, it's supposed to be for the needy, and that's one of the things. So 960. I believe this is the verse right here. I don't wanna. I like. I'm kind of scared to talk for the Quran. I don't want to talk for the Quran. I just want to uh just want to make sure I got everything right. So this is 960 right here. Like I don't like giving my own opinions. I don't. You shouldn't be giving your own opinions ever. Not when it comes to religious context, that is. Anyways, the charities are only for the needy, the poor people, the workers over it, and those whose hearts are composed, and among the slaves, the debtors, as well as in the way of God and the wayfarer as an obligation. Yeah. So, yeah, you can donate to, if you want, you can donate to Baba Schweib's charity right here. See if it loads. Yeah, so it's the helpless old people. That's who the money is going towards. And there's other people you can donate to if you want. You know, I recommend Baba Schweib. Uh, I respect him a lot, and he is definitely someone who keeps his word. He sticks by the words of God. So I highly recommend him. But if you know someone who's needy and poor, just go help them. Just give them money. If you know anyone. If you don't know anyone, then donate to Baba Schweib or whatever way you can get zakat. Anyways, yeah. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.